At night, the land glows beneath a gathering sky. Pakistan is not only a map or a flag, it is the home of millions who ask for safety, dignity, and a voice in their own future. Across provinces and languages, ordinary people carry the weight of uncertainty. Families, students, laborers, and elders do not ask for privilege. They ask to live without fear and to be treated as citizens, not subjects. A constitution is a promise written for the people. When its spirit is pushed into shadow, parliament, courts, and public offices lose their moral light, and the citizen begins to wonder who truly holds power. Democracy is more than a ceremony. It requires consent, trust, and institutions strong enough to resist pressure. When those institutions appear weakened, the public bond between state and society begins to fracture. A vote is a quiet act of courage. People stand in line because they believe their choice should matter. Barriers, intimidation, or invisible pressure turn that hope into doubt, and doubt is dangerous for any republic. When election papers are questioned, signals disappear, or screens fall silent, the issue is not one party or another. The issue is public confidence. Without transparency, even peaceful disagreement can become a national wound. Power can shine brightly from official buildings, yet cast a larger shadow behind them. A state earns legitimacy not by appearing strong, but by being accountable, lawful, and answerable to the people it governs. The ordinary voter is the foundation of the nation. An identity card, a ballot box, and a waiting citizen should represent belonging. If access is locked, citizenship itself begins to feel conditional. Balochistan's mountains and deserts are vast, beautiful, and often misunderstood from far away. Behind every road and settlement are communities asking to be heard, not reduced to suspicion, silence, or strategic language. Attacks on passengers, workers, or civilians leave fear long after the sound has faded. We do not need graphic images to understand the harm. Empty seats can speak of journeys interrupted and trust broken. For families of the missing, time does not move normally. A photograph becomes a question that returns every morning. Justice begins with acknowledging pain, protecting due process, and answering families with truth. Peaceful protest is not a threat to the state. It is a language of citizenship. When barricades rise and communication fades, frustration deepens. A confident democracy listens before it orders people away. A mother beside an empty chair does not live in abstraction. She lives with unanswered knocks, unfinished meals, and years measured by calendars. No society should normalize uncertainty as a family's permanent sentence. There is another path. Dialogue under light, not command under darkness. Elders, students, officials, and communities must sit at the same table because dignity cannot be imposed from a distance. In Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, mountains and villages carry memories of courage and loss. Security is a real concern, but true security must protect daily life, not make daily life feel permanently surrounded. An empty playground says what fear does to childhood. A football left still, doors closed, families waiting inside. These are the quiet costs of unrest long before history records any headline. Police officers, soldiers, and civilians have all carried grief. Recognizing every community's suffering does not erase accountability. It reminds us that the protection of life must remain the highest duty of the state. Technology may watch from above, but fear also looks upward. Countering violence cannot mean making entire villages feel like suspects. The line between protection and collective anxiety must never be ignored. Displacement is not only movement from one place to another, it is a home left behind, a child carrying too much, and a parent trying to preserve dignity while walking through uncertainty. Real peace is visible when school doors reopen without fear. Children returning cautiously is not a small detail. It is a measure of whether security serves life, learning, and the future. From Gilgit-Baltistan to Azad Jammu and Kashmir, mountains, rivers, and markets hold communities with distinct voices. Their concerns deserve representation, services, and respect, not distance from decisions that shape their lives. When people raise blank placards for electricity, food prices, and representation, they are not asking to weaken the country. They are asking the country to recognize their share in its promise. Suppression may create silence, but silence is not consent. Officials and citizens facing one another across a table show a better principle that public problems require public listening and fair response. The Indus carries memory through Sindh, past farmland, villages, and Karachi's restless streets. Water, land, and livelihood are not technical matters alone. They are questions of survival, fairness, and trust. A narrowing canal beside dry fields can become a warning. When communities fear decisions are made without them, provincial rights become deeply personal. Justice must include land, water, and livelihood. Since strength has often been its diversity, attempts to divide people by language, origin, or fear may succeed for a moment, but shared dignity can outlast the hands that try to separate it. Punjab can appear calm from a distance, yet calm is not the same as freedom. Searchlights after dark suggest a public life watched too closely, where citizens learn to lower their voices. An empty political hall speaks of restricted participation. Folded chairs and a silent microphone remind us that democracy needs more than elections. It needs space for organizing, speaking, gathering, and disagreeing peacefully. A journalist pausing before deleting a report shows another kind of pressure. Free societies do not require every voice to agree. They require that truth can be pursued without fear of punishment. A street may look peaceful while fear moves quietly through it. Heavy surveillance can change how people walk, speak, and gather. Public order must never become a reason to empty public courage. Parliament, courts, newsrooms, and human rights offices are meant to strengthen one another. When their connecting lines fracture, citizens lose places to appeal, to speak, and to be protected by law. Justice must not lean toward power. Files, claims, and accusations belong in lawful processes, not in rumor or pressure. The scales must balance because every person is entitled to dignity before the law. Beyond Pakistan, foreign capitals often see maps, trade routes, and strategic interests. But a nation is not only its location. International concern should never forget the people living inside the strategy. The answer cannot be humiliation of citizens or worship of power. It must be a renewed social contract where every province, every community, and every institution stands around the Constitution under open daylight. The wounds are connected: missing persons, silenced journalists, damaged schools, displaced families, and unheard voters. None of these should be used for hatred. They should call the nation toward justice and repair. No one is greater than Pakistan, and Pakistan is not greater than the humanity of its people. Power must serve justice, democracy, dignity, and peace. Humanity must come before power.